Hey, what's up guys? This is Rich again for another edition of Learning with Rich. So for today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to import and edit the drawing details in Revit MEP or Revit 2017. Okay? So this lesson describes how to import and edit DWG details in Revit because engineering firms maintain files in the form of libraries of commonly used drawing details. It's true. So you can import these details into projects and edit them as required. So importing and editing typical details enables you to save time and effort and avoid duplication of work. Okay? So let's say for example, you already have this detail in AutoCAD and then you remember in Revit that you also need to create a detail of this detail mechanical curve. So instead of redoing that in Revit, so you can just import this detail file to your Revit and then you can do the modification there. So instead of redoing again the whole process in Revit using those annotations, those detailing tools, so why not just import your AutoCAD drawing in Revit and then you just do some simple editing there. Okay? So it saves time and effort and avoid duplication of work. Alright? So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to import this detail mechanical curve.dwg in my AutoCAD because my client, let's say for example, is asking for a Revit file. I only have an AutoCAD drawing of this detail, so I'm going to use the import tool in Revit for me to be able to put this drawing inside the Revit project. Alright, so let's get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the file, the project in my Revit, which is this one or this one. I'll just open this. Okay. Alright, so this is now my drawing. So before I start, so I'm going to teach you first how to create a drafting view. What is drafting view for? So if you are going to create a detail in Revit, you want to use your AutoCAD drawing as your detail view, so you need to create first a drafting view. So in this exercise, I already have a drafting view here. So I'm just going to delete this one. So let me just copy first because I'm going to recreate this name. So I'm just going to copy the name and then I'll just delete this. So I'm just going to show you how to create a drafting view. Wait, I'll just open one view first because you cannot delete only one view in Revit. So I'll just delete now. Alright, so it's now deleted. So to create a drafting view, I'm going to select the view tab here and then I'm going to select a drafting view. Anyway, I already have exercises in drafting view from my past videos. So you can go ahead and check that exercises. Okay, so I select the drafting view. Alright, so I'll just name it HVAC curve detail. I'll just use this scale 1:10. So remember, if you're going to create a detail view using your AutoCAD, so you need to create a drafting view. This is the proper environment for your AutoCAD. This AutoCAD that you're going to use for detailing. So drafting view, it's a 2D environment, okay? Wherein any changes that you made on your drafting view, it will not affect your building model and vice versa. So any changes that you made on your building model, it will not affect your drafting view. Why? Because drafting view is just a 2D drawing. In fact, if you are going to select the Systems tab, you will notice that all the 3D modeling tools here are disabled. Why? Because you are inside the drafting view. So drafting view is just a 2D environment for detailing. Alright? So after I created the drafting view, I'll now go ahead and select the insert here. And then what I'm going to do next is to import the line weights. So I'm going to select this arrow here to launch the import line weights dialog box. Okay, so this is your DWG DXF color number. This is until 255. Okay. So actually, if you have another file in the text file, you can import it. There's an import here, or you can save this one. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so I already changed this. So I just changed it to 4. Color number 5, this is color blue if I'm not mistaken. So let's say I want the line weight there, 4. You can go ahead and change this. Okay, if you want to map the colors from a DWG or DXF file to Revit line weights, and then you can save this file. So I just changed this to 4, and then I just save as. Alright, I'll just override this. Okay, so it's now saved. And then after that, I select here OK. So this is very useful tool or dialog launcher. This is the dialog launcher to open this if you want to map colors from a DWG or DXF file to Revit. Alright, so I just select OK. Alright, so after that, what I'm going to do next is I'm now going to import my AutoCAD. Alright, so from the insert tab, there's the import CAD here. So I select the import CAD, and then you will see here the import CAD formats dialog box. So this is the CAD file that I'm going to import, but before that, okay, this file, so as you can see, this portion is check current view only. So why do I need to check this one? So that this CAD file will be available only in this view. In this view, alright? Current view only. So I just check this one, and then you can also modify the colors here if you want to preserve the color, if you want to invert it, if you want to make it black and white, so it's up to you. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and select here the preserve option, or maybe I'll just use black and white. Okay, since this is a detailing, so I'll just use it black and white. All layers. Okay, import units, auto detect. Okay, you have different options here also that you can select. Same with your layers here, and same with the positioning. For the positioning, doesn't matter if you select here auto origin to origin or auto center to center or manual, since this is just a detailed view. So in this exercise, I just use auto center to center to place it at the center. Okay, so I just select that, and then I select open. Alright, so this is now my detail here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this one. So notice that the leader lines in the AutoCAD file retain their defined line weight when imported to Revit. So before importing the AutoCAD file, you specify the line weight 4. Remember? I changed that to line weight 4 for elements on layers with blue color. So if I go back to AutoCAD, so you notice this is my blue color. Okay, so in Revit. So if I'm going to turn off the thin lines, you see this is now my blue color. Okay, you see this one? So I have changed that to 4. Right? So the steel hoist are slightly thicker than the leader lines and much thicker than the other lines. You notice? Because this is the color blue lines wherein I have changed to number 4. Okay, it represents the steel hoist and then the flashing. Okay, you see flashing, and then this is your steel hoist, so it's much thicker than the rest of the lines. Okay. Alright. Okay, so next, I'm going to edit now the DWG details. So the first tool that you can use to edit your imported CAD file is your visibility graphic overrides. So you can type VV, or you can select this. VV as in Victor Victor. Okay, you just type that. Or you can select the visibility graphic overrides. Okay, and then from the imported categories, so this is where you can see the imported CAD file that you have created or that you have imported. Okay, so if I'm going to expand this, so you will be able to see here the layers of that AutoCAD drawing. Okay, so these are the layers. Okay, so here you can control or edit your imported CAD file. So let's say, for example, I'm going to remove references to the unused layers. Okay, so you can use this visibility graphic overrides, or, okay, I'll just close this first. You can also select the frame here, the import symbol. So I select this one. So we call that import symbol. You see, import symbol. So every time we import an AutoCAD drawing in Revit, we call that import symbol. So I'm going to select the import symbol here. And then after that, as you can see, there is an import instance panel here. So there's an option here, delete layers. Okay, so if you click that, you will be able to delete here the layers that you want. Okay, right? So you can select that. Okay, and you can also change the things. Hey, hang on. So where is my, let's say my layer 0. Layer 0 and depth points. So I just select that. And then after that, I'm going to delete it. Okay, okay, what's happening? Where is my delete objects? Let me just take a look first. Alright, so no more layer 0 and then the depth points, right? You notice? So I select. So no more layer 0 and depth points. Okay, so I just select again OK. Now, if I'm going back to the visibility graphic overrides, okay, and then from the imported categories, there's the detail. Okay, so no more depth points and layer 0. Okay. So what I'm going to do next, this time, I'll use the visibility graphic override. So I'm going to turn off the visibility of my object. Okay, so I'm going to hide the title block and the title text in the import symbol. So to do that, I'm going to clear my, this one, a detail ident. I select this. Okay, and then you see, I'm going to apply here so you can see what happens. There you go, right? So I'm just showing you that using your visibility graphic overrides, you can also modify the property of your imported CAD file, aside from deleting the layers, the one that I have shown you earlier. Okay, so you can use the visibility graphic overrides also. Now, to modify the line weights for lines representing the edges of the members in the section, so this time, I'm going to modify the wide lines. Where are you? This one? So I'm going to select the override. So right now, I'm just trying to explore the imported categories, the options here. So I select override, and then it will open the line graphics. So from here, you can change the line weight. So instead of no override, so let's say I'm going to change that to number 6. Okay. And then for the color, so I'm going to select this. And then let's say I'm going to select the color just to have a change. Let's say I'll just make it red. Okay, so it's red. You can also change the pattern here. It's up to you. But anyway, I'll just select OK. And then after that, I select here OK. So you will notice it will change, right? By the way, when I have changed the imported this one to number 6, what is number 6 stands for? Okay, so I'm going to show you. So let me just OK this. So the number 6, as you can see, my current scale here is 1:10, right? So from the Manage tab, okay, additional settings, there is the line weights there, okay, and then from the model line weights, our scale is 1:10, so the thickness of number 6 is 1.4. Okay, so that is for the model line weights. So that is the thickness of my 1.4. I mean number 6. Okay, it's based on the scale 1:10. So 1.4. Okay, just in case you are wondering. Alright, so I'll just cancel this. Okay, so going back to my visibility graphic overrides. Okay, imported categories. So to modify the line weights for lines representing a section of the steel members, so I'm going to change the line weight of the thin one, this one. Okay, so I'm going to change this to number 2. So as you can see, I'm just trying to explore this. And then let's say I'll change the color. I'll change it to green so that you can see where is that. And then I select here OK. And OK. And then I'll try to apply. If you select apply, it will not close the dialog box, but it will show you the effect. If you select the OK, it will close the dialog box and it will show you the effect. So I'll just select apply first. Okay, you see? It's now turned to color green. And then I select OK. So remember that in case you cannot see the thickness of the line weights of your imported CAD file, just remember to turn off the thin lines. Because if this is turned on like this, you see it's turned on, right? So if I'm going to turn off the thin lines, so it will show you the line weight. Okay? Alright, so going back to my visibility graphic overrides, imported categories. Okay. So, another thing that you can modify here, aside from the line weights, the color, you can also change the pattern. It's up to you. So, you can change the pattern here. Alright? So, just explore it yourself. Okay? So, I'll just select OK to close the dialog box. Alright. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, let's say for example, how to edit the text. Okay, let's say there are some wordings here that is wrong spelling. So you can edit the text, but before you do that, you need to explode it first. Okay, so you need to explode first your AutoCAD. So I'm going to select how to explode. You select the import symbol, and then there is an option here, explode. So you have two options. Partial explode, which breaks up the import symbol into individual object blocks, whereas the full explode breaks the import symbol into text, curves, lines, and filled regions. So you can explode only imported drawings. So linked drawings cannot be exploded. Alright. So I just select partial. So let me just explode it partially. Okay, partial explode, this one. Okay, there you go. Okay, so as you can see, I can now select and modify the text. And you notice also the colors disappear. So yeah, you can still again modify that one. Now let's say for example, I'm going back to the visibility graphic overrides, imported categories. So to display the title block in the title text, remember we turn off the title text. Remember the first time we turn off the title of the imported CAD file. So I'm going to turn it on now. So I'm going to check now the ident, this one, and then I select here OK. There you go. Okay. Now, this one is not yet exploded. So these elements here, they are already exploded. Now, if you want to explode this, yes, you can still explode that one. Okay, so I'll try the full explode. So I select the curve, the title here, and then I just select full explode. There you go. So it's now full exploded. So again, I can modify this portion if you want to change it. You want to change the text style. Okay, so you want to change the size. You want to move the text. Change the spelling. Okay, you can now modify it. Okay. So another thing is, I'm going to select, for example, this line here. I select this. Okay, and then from the line style, you see there is a line style here. So another way to modify your imported after you explode it, you can select it and then you can change here the line style. So I click the drop down arrow. So let's say I select, it's already detail wide. So you see, okay. So that's the line style. So you can change that to thin. Okay, I select, you can change that to wide. Okay, now to change the line weights, okay, the line weights of your, for example, A detail wide or the thin lines, because as you can see, nothing happens, right? As if there's no difference. There's no difference. So you can go to the Manage tab. If you want to change the line style, you go to additional settings. This time you can go to the line styles. You just need to expand this one. And then you just need to look for wide lines. So as you can see, my wide lines here is 1. My thin is also 1. Let me just change this to 6. 6. And then OK. There you go. So it's now thick, right? Okay. So it's now thick. Okay, so as for the text, you can just double click that if you want to modify this. Yeah, you can now modify this one if you want to change the spelling. So it's up to you. So I'm just showing you the different ways to modify your imported CAD file. Okay, so let's say I'll select this one. I select, so I can change the type from here. So let's say I'm going to select the 5mm. There you go. Right? So as you can see, it's not that difficult to modify your imported CAD file in Revit. Okay, so let's say this one, you have a hatch here. So I select this filled region. In Revit, the hatch is called filled region. Okay, so I select the filled region. You see a filled region. So I can change also the type of that. So I'm going to select the property here. Okay, so let's say I'm going to select, it's up to you. What are the things that you want to change here? So let's say ortho cross hatch. So it's look like that. Okay. So there you have it. So that's how you import a CAD file in Revit, and then that's how you edit. Okay. So hopefully this video has been helpful to you. So if you have any questions, if you have comments or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below. I'm going to include the link of this file to the video description so that you can download this exercise file. Alright, so I'm going to include the AutoCAD drawing and then the Revit project. Okay, so once again, hopefully you will share this to your friends that this video is this kind of channel is existing. So yeah, you just share it to your friends. And once again, this is Rich from Learning with Rich. You all stay handsome and beautiful. Bye bye.